Technology is moving farther, faster than ever. But what is the effect of technology on the people? What is the outcome of this digital age? And don't get me wrong, there are positives to technology. Just look at this presentation. One positive to technology is better communication. People around the world don't have to lose touch with one another. Friends can always stick together. And soldiers in Afghanistan use Skype to stay in touch with their families. And even people who aren't technologically savvy at all, like my grandmother, can call me or even text me from time to time over these very easy technological pieces. Another positive is more easily accessed knowledge. Knowledge is as easy as downloading a book or a web article over your phone, your computer, or your tablet. These devices make it so easy to learn. And there's also economic advances that come from technology as well. Companies have to keep up with the rising demand for their products, so they have to have more factories and more developers of their product. These cause more jobs, and these jobs cause more product. And the more product we consume, the more capital they gain. And the more capital they have, the more investors invest in that company, which makes more money. And this makes everybody happy. Well, maybe not everybody, because there are negatives to technology that a lot of people either don't know about or choose to ignore. The first negative is a loss of social skills. I know people who speak in LOLs, hashtags, and JPEGs. I don't even know what they're talking about most of the time. I think people text more than calling because they've gotten into this habit of needing instant satisfaction, because technology has made everything so easy to gain. If you look at everything with this thought process of instant satisfaction, it just doesn't work. That would make friendship hitting the accept button on a Facebook page. And that's not right, because it takes two people having a commitment to one another to form a bond that is lasting and will stand the test of time. If you look with instant satisfaction at school, it's not worth it, because anything you could ever need to know, you can look up on Google. And reading a book, it's just not worth the time. And there's also violence and misguidance that comes from technology. What's to keep someone younger than me, younger than my 10-year-old brother, with access to the internet from stumbling upon a website that they really should never have seen? Or even worse, a website that looks perfectly fine, but is really causing lasting damage. My brother found one of these websites. It was an online gaming site, and he loved to play online first-person shooters. And those aren't bad very much for teenagers, because believe it or not, we have a more developed moral compass. But a 6-year-old playing these games is influenced really badly, because they start viewing violence equals reward as a status in everyday life. Imagine a 6-year-old playing Call of Duty. It's not okay. When you look at adults in the world, the adult violent crime rate has gone down 3% in America from 2000 to 2010, which is really good considering the amount of violent crime there is. But the children are being overlooked because the number of school suspensions, expulsions, and the number of juvenile offenders has tripled in that same amount of time. And when I talk about juvenile offenders, I'm not talking about petty thieves and vandals, so they are part of the number. I'm talking about children who commit beatings and even intentional homicide. Tripled. And it's not just young children who are being influenced either. Teenagers are also being influenced over social media because this whole new type of bullying has surfaced up. Cyberbullying. And it's so hard to get away. People say just delete the message, don't read it. But you know, very few of us actually have the power to do that. We want to see what the person said. And if it's negative, it influences our lives because we know someone said that about us. Something that's just so terrible and lowers our self-esteem. And it's not like we can get away from these things because technology is taking over. It's everywhere. In our cars, in our homes, in our schools. Schools now are choosing to go paperless, which is partially okay because it's much better for the environment. But what if you were in a completely computer-based internet classroom and the internet went down? Without a paper-based backup plan, there'd be no way to further our learning experience for the day. And getting rid of textbooks completely with digital books is better for our backs, but not for our souls. And yes, I'm going that deep. Because imagine if something like the Bible was only in digital. You couldn't ever feel the pages. It's not the same. Books immerse you on all 5 sensory levels. And videos and video games and even digital books on a page. Don't do that. You can always highlight and bold pages and write in a book on an app. But you've got to understand it's just not the same. And I'm a nerd for books, and I just hate that this is where the world is going. Books mean so much to me. So here's what I believe. I believe we need to find a balance, because I take my iPad to every class, but my friends can tell you I always take a book too. I believe that we need to use technology in our everyday lives, but not let it become our master. We need to take control of technology. We need to make the choice where we use both, where we use technology to make our daily lives better, but also have the power to hit the off button and go outside, go visit a friend, or read a real book. So this is what I'm challenging you to do, to have the power and take back our world from technology. Thank you.